The ironies in this world. You know, life is like this. It's a strange parable. You know, many, many years ago, there was paradise. And we all had the space in paradise, right? And all that were in paradise was harmonized in paradise, that you were paradise and paradise is you. Until one day, the master of paradise, the source of paradise, decided to take a moment outside of paradise, right? And left us in charge of paradise to have the fullness and fulfillment of our being in paradise, right? And the strangest thing happened. After a while of being away from paradise, the master of paradise, create source of paradise, came back to paradise, realizing that they put a fence around paradise and a gate, and said he could not enter. The being could not enter into paradise. And that was puzzling. So, felt offended, the being left. The being said, maybe it's because I've been away so long, but I left them in harmony, so I would assume that they would stay in harmony. So, the master of paradise sent a few of the trusted emissaries that were with him when he was also in paradise, and when he went to create paradise in a new place, or paradise in many places, or share the joy of paradise in as many possibilities as is plausible, right? So the master of paradise sent all these wonderful emissaries, but when they came to the gates of paradise, what happened was they weren't warmly greeted. As a matter of fact, Taro, they were killed. All of them were killed, right? And then one day, the master of paradise said, well, when I was in paradise, my son was there with me, right? And they surely know my son, right? And they surely know me. And even though they didn't directly accost the master of paradise, he just felt offended by the fence and the gate that they had put up, on the lock on the gate. So he said, well, maybe they didn't recognize these emissaries. So I sent my son. So he sent his son. When his son went forward into paradise now, at first I received him like, oh yeah, because we recognize him. Whoa, here he comes now. And it seems well and good, because a memory of what was the glory of paradise returned. But here was what happened now. Here's some people now, no? I wonder if you really want to come back to come take over paradise. It became evident that they were slowly losing paradise. Because though being the master and the source of paradise, there was no paradigm of being master and servant. So now a new dichotomy came up, or a dichotomy came up, that those in paradise began losing paradise, began dissecting paradise, killed the son of paradise, elected the son of perdition to rule over the broken paradise, cast the source, the master of paradise, out of his humble, their humble abode, our humble abode. So here we are now, fighting to have the master come back through the astral gates and come back into paradise. Because some people have it as their religious views. But I want to tell it to you, it's time you start read these archetypes and start join the fight to let the master, the true master, come back through these astral gates into paradise. Because there's no paradise without him. You understand? Especially when we are thinking we are the masters of paradise. Sonship, don't sail here. Either you're a son or you're not.